welcome to part 5
of Jeans Club.
Amazing, we've made it so far. So we are, Chloe and I are making the ultimate jeans pattern, which is our very, very good jeans pattern that has 3 options. We're both making the same version, which is the mum's jeans.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the previous episodes, we'll link to them below so you can catch up. But basically, where are we at?
Where are we at? So we decided the version of jeans we were making.
Yeah.
We did all of our measurements.
Yes.
We did a toile.
Yeah, which you're wearing.
Which I'm still wearing.
Yours, so it's a very wearable toile.
Yeah.
It's been worn a lot, mine too, which is a good sign.
Yeah, so I feel like we've made all of the changes to the fit and all the adjustments that we wanted to do. So now we're actually getting into the real beginning of starting
denim jeans.
So you might see on the table, there's denim. Denim has arrived.
Denim is in the picture now.
Yeah.
So there is denim. We have actual denim fabrics. Yes. We're getting denim involved.
We've cut some denim.
Yes.
Here is a pocket piece.
It just feels quite important as a moment, doesn't it?
I think especially because we were really looking for a really good fitting pair of jeans. So it's that moment of, right, I'm sure now this is...
I've put in the work.
I've put in the work, and this is, I'm now going to cut the fabric.
The precious
fabric. Because it's about, denim is more expensive fabric. It does feel like, it's
a different beast.
It is a different beast. Although it's nice though to work with something that's very stable, very solid.
Yeah.
It's not like a slippery, wafty dress or anything.
And you know that hopefully, if we do a good job of sewing it, it's gonna last a long time. So it feels very durable.
Yes, exactly.
Compared to like cotton.
So so on the table in front of us, what we've got to show you today is we've cut out our pattern pieces.
Yours is all here. Actually.
Yes,
you can see the pile.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So I've cut it all out. The only bit I haven't cut out yet is the pocket bag, so it's where you cut the lining fabric. So if you've got a ready to wear pair of jeans, if you actually look in the pocket, it's usually some sort of like cottony,
very thin cottony
thing
in
here,
and boring.
Yeah, you don't want too much. Well, it's usually just like a plain colour
or something.
I'm going to do like obviously a bright contrasting colour, but I haven't decided yet. But you showed us what you were going to do, didn't you?
I don't have it with me today, but it's basically lilac and purple houndstooth cotton. So I'm very excited about that. So we've both cut out everything.
And then the other thing you need to think about is your top stitching thread. And we've both decided to go for
colourful ones. Which is interesting actually. In the first episode of the Sewing Bee, which has been out now, they talked a lot about top stitching, and some people were really thinking about using contrasting colours, and I thought, oh yes, that's what we're doing.
Because it does feel like if you spend all the time going over and making all of that stitching, you kind of do want it to be seen.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But like the classic, what you usually do with denim is like a gold colour, like a yellow colour, which I do like, but I think it's nice to put a little bit of your own personality. So I obviously love purple, so I've gone for this lilac. Ooh, I feel like a real YouTuber.
Yeah,
it's probably not working.
Do you want to show
and Chloe's gone for like a orangey rust, maybe.
Yeah, so it's not. I feel like it's not too far away from a classic.
No, true. It's a little bit more classic, but
you usually go for like a goldy colour, whereas this is more like a
But it is more you, I would say, and this is definitely me. And we've actually both gone for Gutermann.
Yeah, we have.
Stitching thread. There's lots of different types out there.
But this might be because we were both at the knitting and stitching show, and
there was a store that had all the colours.
Had a lot of all the colours, and it's nice to be able to go and see it in real life.
Yes.
Because sometimes when you're online, the shades can be slightly different.
Definitely.
So I think we must have both gone probably to the same stall. And
I think we did. This is where we find our thread.
Yeah.
So the top stitching you only use as the top thread when you do top stitch, and then for all the normal seams and for the bobbin thread when you're top stitching you just use regular. So I've got just a very dark navy that basically disappears into my denim.
Oh, I didn't think of that. I was thinking I was just going to use
no. Oh, sorry, you've got that's normal thread in the same colour. Oh, you can do that for sure. But for the seams I just thought you don't want to waste your pretty colour.
Like bar tacks and stuff,
yes,
don't you?
Bar tacks definitely. and for the bobbin thread, but I basically wanted something that would disappear a bit more. On
Because
the inside.
sometimes, I don't know how other people find this, but sometimes a whole reel will only just finish a project. So maybe I should...
yeah, top stitching. I bought 3 of these.
Did you?
Because from making jeans before, I did almost
I
run
only
out.
bought one. I should have got another.
I think you need more.
But
Sorry.
it's okay because it all has the colour number on
Well,
it.
yeah, now you know
so
which colour you want.
Go to order. I can now just order another one of those. Oh, I didn't even message
Yeah,
that.
it is a lot hungrier than you think.
Then you
Also,
think
I
it's gonna be-
usually buy this kind of size of thread, which is huge.
See, I have that at home, so I'm now thinking, I should use that as the
underneath
the spool, and then just use that for the bits that I need. And I need to get some more of this.
I think so.
Okay.
Sorry. But while we're talking about bits and bobs, I've also brought in some of my needles. So I've got some jeans needles, which I'm going to use for sewing the seams together with my regular navy thread.
Because it's a thicker fabric.
It is.
So what is it, like a sharp...
It's a very
needle,
sharp
is it?
and very heavy. So I've got some 90 and some 100 size, girth. I don't know what other numbers. But basically, they're definitely, like for normal cotton sewing, I usually use a 70. So these are definitely stronger. Yeah. And I do think they're sharper, so they can pierce.
I mean, it's always good.
Denim.
It's always good to use a fresh needle, isn't it, on a fresh project anyway?
I actually bought these. I had some jeans needles, and I thought I think I've used them all a little bit. I'm not very good at throwing away needles, and so I bought a fresh pack. So I knew that they would be fresh for the jeans project.
And what's the other one?
And then the other one is a top stitch needle, which is the main thing I think is that it has a bigger eye. Because the top stitching thread is definitely thicker. Let me show you.
So it says 90, which is the same. So that must be the same.
Strength. I don't know. I don't know. But because I'll see if you can spot the difference. But basically, the top stitching thread. I need something white. Can I have your pattern?
Yeah.
Thank you. The top stitching thread, which is the lilac in this case, is definitely thicker than your regular sew-all polyester thread, which is the navy here. And so if you have just a normal needle, it can actually be hard to get that thread through the eye. And so the top stitch needle definitely has that, and I do think it's also sharper so you can go through the fabric. But I mean, you could do without. I just want to make my life as easy as possible basically for this project, so I'm getting all the bits. But you can get away. There's lots of things where I don't change the needle to something super specific. But because this is a big job, and I think it's going to be hard on my machine and hard on me, I thought just get all the bits that you can to make your life easier. So top stitch needles, jeans needles, top stitching thread, regular thread, and while we were on thread, I also got myself some purple overlock thread.
It looks really nice.
I'm going all in. So you can see a little bit. I'll show you the rest of the pocket in a second. But yes, there is, oh, come on, focus. There is some purple overlock thread. Let's try with the white again. This is not ideal. My colours are not ideal.
This is what we like to call elevating your mate.
Hey, there we go.
Professional
Elevated,
level.
yes, or like super personalised level. Like, where am I going to find a pair of jeans that has all these purple details? Nowhere.
Well, nowhere.
I've got to make it.
In your wardrobe now.
In my wardrobe now.
And
maybe
actually,
in a few months.
So then,
don't know.
So that leads us nicely on to some lovely examples of top stitching.
Yes. So one of the first things you do in the pattern actually is dealing with the back pockets. And we've been talking about what you want to do. So you could just, you know, leave them plain.
Yep, have nothing there at all.
Absolutely fine.
A pocket's a pocket.
A pocket's a pocket. It's a functioning pocket. It'll be great. But you could also take it as an opportunity to personalise your jeans. So, why don't we go with yours first because it's more interesting, I think.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
So, if you want to be extra, I mean, if you've got hobbies like sewing, and I also like to knit and to do general crafting, it's like, why not add some more crafting hobbies on. So I've got.
I love it.
Just
You wanna go to the camera with the
just
book?
at home, I had this book. It's called Zaka Embroidery, and it's actually a Japanese designer, but it's kind of a sort of fusion between Japanese and Scandinavian style. And the main the main focus of this book is embroidery patterns that are floral, and then also only use maybe one colour or 3 colours at the most. So you can see here, like there's the 1 colour pattern.
That's cool.
So it's really beautiful. There we go. So yeah, lovely floral details, and it's just it's got loads of different patterns in there, and it's got little designs as well. And I thought these would work really well on the back pocket, because I was thinking I didn't want anything too colourful in design. I didn't want it to look like a tapestry, for example, but just a bit more of an embroidered detail.
I love it.
So this is the design. You can't in this colour because it's like red and cream here. This is the design I've gone for.
So you've already traced it? Did you trace it?
Yeah, so I'll show you. This is how people that do embroidery will recognise.
I'll hold this.
Will recognise the what I've done here. So I've got a bit of tissue paper. I just use stuff from packaging that's around the house.
So clever.
And then I've traced the design straight out of the book, and then I've kind of, so if you imagine this is the pocket, this is where it's going to fold over, so it's actually like that.
Which is a good point, actually. Mark where the pocket top is going to fold over, because you might end up embroidering lots and then you're covering it up, which would be horrible.
Yeah, and to be fair, I probably, now seeing yours, I probably should have actually, it would have been good to have done that bit of the pocket already, because I could have done that with the top stitching.
Oh, you could have done, that's true.
And then, because even in the instructions it says, so once you finish it, fold it over there and press it. And then
so you know the limits of the design, basically.
Yeah, and then you can really centre it properly.
Yeah.
Obviously I didn't. I just went straight in because I wanted to. And then I've just sewn this tissue paper in place to keep it where I wanted it to. And then I've just sewn on the top, and what happens, you can see that it will just gradually just rip itself off anyway. So by the end of it, I'll just pull off the tissue paper and my design is underneath.
But that probably also helps with the embroidery, like it gives you a little bit of extra structure, the paper, does it?
Yeah, it would if I was doing
stabilising it.
Yeah, if I was doing on something thinner, but I think with denim it's pretty stable. But you could also like put a hoop on it.
True, to tense it.
Yeah, but I just haven't. I've kind of just done it by hand.
That is so pretty.
So these are the colours that I've chosen. So obviously orange theme.
Yes.
So that's going to be the main colour, and then I'm going to have the birds in this kind of cream off-white.
Yeah.
And then
some details
in this dark.
So pretty.
Obviously I'll see how it goes, how it sort of looks at the end. The reason I was more up for being a bit more experimentative is I do have leftover fabric. So
loads.
Yes, I've got quite a lot here. So I mean, if I just change my mind or it
if
goes
you don't
wrong,
like that pocket,
I just need to cut out another pocket piece.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
And actually, we should talk about the fabric. I didn't even mention it, but so you've gone for. Is that a classic blue jeans colour?
Yeah, I suddenly realised that there's actually names of things like indigo denim and stuff. I don't know what.
I don't know what.
But this is like a blue, is what I would say.
And we both bought them at the same stall at the Stitch Festival, I think.
Yeah.
There's one place to look for your jeans supplies, okay? And that is the Stitch Festival in London. The stalls, it was Mark Francis.
Yeah,
Mark Francis, that's it.
That I bought it from. I think it is.
Same.
I think it is actually a Lady McElroy denim.
Is it?
I think it is.
So you could get it online. That's good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know like the actual colour
shade.
I think, but that's why I wanted to buy it at the show, because I wanted to see the denim. I think you want to, because there's also different ounces, which is the thickness.
Again, I don't know what ounces this is, but do you want to take these two to the camera
to
show? So I think they're quite similar.
I think they're fairly similar. So yeah, it would just be like, that's my one here, so you can see, and then this is Alma's,
which is a lot darker, but I think quite similar in thickness,
in weight.
So in my head, I almost wanted like black denim, but then I found this really dark.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Navy, and I just loved it.
Yeah,
and I thought, and you might have thought as well, I thought this with lilac details, they'll really show up.
Yes.
And your orange details will really show up on the lighter one.
And I'm a blue denim person. I think.
Lovely.
I've not dabbled in black denim.
Dabbled.
But
I
you
know
know
all
what?
about the black denim.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't black, but yeah, really, really
the
dark. I just think it will go more. It will go better with tops that I have.
Yeah.
Because as we were saying, the jeans will ultimately become a way to wear nice tops. It's like the perfect pairing there.
So yeah, we can't.
So
There's lots of different ounces, and that's obviously like the.
I
thickness
think
of
don't
the
go too
weave.
light for this pattern. I would
Yeah.
say like that you can make other trouser patterns in a denim to make sort of lighter jeans, if that makes sense. Like I've used a very light in thickness. And light in colour actually, but like denim to make some peggy trousers, for example, and that worked really well. And they are kind of jeans, but they don't have the same details.
Well, those kind of trousers, because Peggy, you've got
Some
pleats.
pleats.
You'd want a lighter.
You don't want something as thick as this.
No,
no.
because, I mean,
You
I do
can,
quite like
you
it.
can pleat it, but it'll be harder to sew
Yeah.
and maybe a little bit too bulky.
Yeah.
But for the ultimate jeans pattern, I think you don't want to go too light. Basically, you want.
And I think you can see that in my wearable toile, because this is a cotton poplin,
Yes.
and you can see it kind of doesn't. Yeah, it hangs a bit
Different.
Yeah. So that's
You
why I'm
want the
looking forward
weight.
to
If you think of like ready to wear jeans when you're shopping for denim fabric, I think that's a way. It's like, oh, would I buy this as trousers? Like, would I?
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I'm very excited that we're now working with denim. And for my back pocket, I decided to use a. Sorry.
What's happening here?
Well,
This is
it's
exciting.
it's a mess. We have, if you look at our ultimate guide to sewing and fitting jeans masterclass on Stitch School. It's always a mouthful, but go and have a look because that gives you a lot of help along the way from choosing the fabric, from choosing the top stitching and all of that. And also there's a little booklet where you get lots of different ideas, suggestions on back pocket decoration. So because I was having honestly like a total crisis about deciding what to put on my back pocket, I just couldn't make my mind up. There's too many possibilities, so I thought I'll look at the suggestions and that at least narrows it down.
Yeah.
And I actually found a design that I really liked, which is this. Let me show you. I think you might see this one better because it's just the drawn on shape. So it's like some curvy lines. I'm seeing it as a bit of a rainbow.
Yeah, it does
vibe.
feel that way, doesn't it?
So down in the corner and then bigger ones there. And this I just sort of traced very clunkily. What I have is one of these pens, which they are erasable with heat. So when you iron them, all the marks disappear, which is very handy, but they are so not precise. I need better ones. So that's why my lines are all like, I'm going over and over and over them again. But what I did is, I mean, this has been trampled in travel, I'm so sorry. But I printed out the template, which is included in our jeans class, with lots of other variations. And then I just cut the lines and basically made this beautiful disaster.
Oh, it's a template.
It's the template.
Like
I've just cut along the stitching lines
idea.
and then traced within the gaps. So it's not the most precise job I've ever done. I think you could use carbon paper. That would be much easier.
Yeah, but you say this, but I think that looks.
Oh.
I think that's really good.
Thank you.
That's
I do
really,
think
really good.
I like the look of it a lot. I'm going to do the other one and then place it on the back of the jeans and decide if I definitely love it or if I want to do something more elaborate.
Because then you got to decide which way round
Yes, I
they
think
go.
that on the outside, so the
Sort of
bottom
going that way
curves
from
on
the interior.
yeah.
I'm there.
But yeah, I really like it, and it really helped me because I was so like too many choices. Sometimes you get choice fatigue.
Sometimes
don't you?
also it's best not to overthink.
Let's not
these
to
things.
overthink it. So I just went, okay, which ones of these I like? Ah, perfect, done. And then what I did before stitching my back pocket design was to do a test of the top stitching settings.
Yeah.
So I'm quite lucky in that I have 2 sewing machines. So I have a good, actually they're both good, but I've got like one that I paid a lot of money for and I bought it new. And on some things it lets me down. So I bought like a spare for when that machine goes wrong. And it's I bought it second hand. It was really inexpensive and it's a really good machine. It's Singer Heavy Duty, which is recommended for doing things like sewing jeans.
Oh, is it?
So this is working out very well for me. So what I'm going to do, because in the pattern instructions what you're told is to basically switch your thread and your needle when you're going from sewing a seam to top stitching, I'm actually just going to set up my heavy duty with the top stitching and do everything else on the other one. So I feel very flush. Yeah. It feels very
that's just my top stitching
That's my top stitching machine, nothing else. But so I tried out some settings and I wrote everything down because I think you will so easily forget. I don't plan to do my jeans in one sitting.
No.
And if you are going back and forth between normal thread and top stitching thread, you might forget what the settings you chose for your top stitching were.
Yeah.
So write it all down. I just did a few tests and I just wrote, I used my top stitching needle and thread, and I wrote down different lengths and tensions. Those are the two things that I changed.
So stitch
length and tension, because it is recommended that you lengthen the stitch length a little bit.
Yes.
So I did 4 tests, changing things slightly, and I settled on a 3.5 length. I'm usually using a 2.5 on that machine, and a tension 3. And that is what I'm sticking with. I've got a star next to it, and I'm just going to remember that every time I use that for top stitching, that's what I'm going back to. Make a note, stick it to your machine so you don't have to go like, oh, what did I use? Was it 4? Was it 350? Oh, I don't know. That's just extra work for you, so just write it down. Write everything down.
Yeah, but that's good, like a bit of masking tape. You can actually just stick it onto your machine.
Yeah, you could absolutely, or a post-it, whatever it is.
I did have a go at my test.
Did you?
Do you want to have a laugh?
No!
This is what happens when you don't get... so I just had a really quick go. Here it is. It looks kind of like oh no, what's happened here? So this is...
knotty.
Yeah, so this is obviously tension. I mean, I've lost that thread
problem
completely. I don't even know where the back thread's gone there.
Well,
so this is where I'm going to have to... Yeah, I just did it... I just wanted to have a go.
Yeah, of course.
But I need to do this and work out what it is on my machine.
Because it's so
this
specific.
fabric.
I was also gonna say, my previous machine, when I previously made jeans years ago, it was a fairly good machine, but it could not deal with top stitching thread. It was just too thick. Like no matter what I did, what I changed, it just couldn't do it. So I've got this big spool of classic top stitch gold thread. Never used it because that machine couldn't cope with it. And what I ended up doing, and this is quite useful if your machine does the same, I ended up getting some maybe upholstery thread it's called. It was something else entirely, but basically it was thicker than regular sewall thread, but not as thick as top stitching. So it would show, but my machine could deal with it. So it does depend on so many things. Have a go, do some tests, find what works for you, because you're going to be using it a lot.
And also, if anybody is watching this has made jeans before, have you got any tips?
Yes,
tips and share what you found with your top stitching. And yeah, any different designs on pockets?
Yeah, we'd love to see some pockets, because I think people get really creative. I just panicked.
I think this is still creative.
It's good. No, that's true. That's true. But like I've seen some scissors being embroidered on it. I've seen things that are really specific. I don't know. Maybe that if I was an embroiderer, I think initials it would look very beautiful. Like a really, like a floral almost embroidery of your first letter or something like that. That would look amazing, but I'm not an embroiderer. I don't have the skill or the patience, if I'm honest. But that could look really cool, couldn't it? Like, yeah. Anyway, the possibilities are endless, which is why it's good to have some suggestions in that booklet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're ready. We've got all the things. We now have the denim, we've got the top stitching thread going.
Yeah.
You're going to carry on doing your pockets.
Yeah, I'm
kind
going
of
to carry
slowly.
On. Yeah, the thing is, basically it's kind of an evening thing. But the thing is, I can start actually putting together my jeans as well. In the meantime, because I could do the front fly zip and stuff.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's true.
That's the
your
first.
Front.
I think actually in the instruction, I think that's the first thing.
Fair.
So I could start doing all of that.
That's loads of bits, all the pockets and stuff.
Because I do want to get the pockets on before I start then attaching them, because
it
otherwise
will be
it gets all complicated.
Yeah, but that's why it's nice. So we're taking it slow. Like we're on part 5. We're just starting with the denim. It's fine. I think I don't feel like you should speed so jeans.
It would feel a bit
Very
wasteful if
scary.
we suddenly did that now after all of this prep.
Well, exactly.
And then we
It's
just
silly,
like,
wouldn't it?
yeah.
And I think I really like that this is not my only ongoing project, because that would stress me out. So I've sewn things in between doing the toile and getting that
Yeah.
pocket ready. So yeah, we're just taking it slow. We hope that encourages you to take it slow. It doesn't have to be jeans, but just like follow on a project, do it.
Yeah.
You know, take your time to get the fit right before you even think about the fabric, and it's
Yeah.
I'm finding it very therapeutic.
Yes.
It's not how I usually sew.
Really enjoying and savouring the process, and
Yes.
not feeling like you need to have something
And
at the end. Like
that you have a
tangible every
deadline.
time.
We're not giving each other deadlines. I mean, I would love to have them finished by the end of the year. But who knows?
It would be nice to start wearing them before next summer.
Yeah. But you know, also they are jeans. You'll wear them all year round, really.
Yeah.
So there isn't a pressure to like. It's not a summer dress that you want to
Yeah, that's true.
get it out for the one summery day in the UK.
We've all done it though. Wait until like July and it's suddenly really hot. And you're like, can I get a few
Yeah.
more dresses in?
And then cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, with jeans, I feel like it's the right thing. There's no rush. You're going to wear them a lot, no matter when you finish them.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very satisfying. And it will be nice also when we wear them to think, we had all those chats. We took our time to decide, to choose different things. Wasn't that nice?
Wasn't that
What a
nice?
good way to sew. That's not speedy.
I really hope they work out well, because otherwise it's going to be
Otherwise
bad.
it's going to be like, oh no, remember all the steps we took. It's a very different tone.
the jeans. No, positive.
Positive thinking. I think I mean, I love seeing the fabrics and the top stitching together. That's making me excited, and I
Yeah.
think it reflects our personalities.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. I think I like that. But yeah, let us know any tips, any thoughts on sewing your own jeans. Are you joining us in Jeans Club? Are you making your own?
Yeah.
We are just loving this process, this slow process.
Yeah.
And we'll be back at some point. I don't know what the next one will be. We'll maybe have some structure to our jeans.
Yeah.
Maybe some pockets on the back, maybe some pockets on the front. Who knows? But we'll definitely be back, that's for sure. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our channel. There is a lot going on in the next few weeks, actually. We're filming a lot. Which is why the jeans might be on pause for a bit. Lots of filming for other things. But yeah, we hope you enjoy these journey videos of Jeans Club. And we'll see you again very soon with something else. Bye!